Alright everyone, it's time to play a game. Here I'm just in the new player room, which is where you play this format. Okay, so we've lost the die roll and our opponent's playing first. So now I have to decide whether to mulligan or not. And although I don't like taking mulligans, this is a good time to tell all of you less experienced players that hands like this are a trap. You see only the one land, and then the shock. Oh, I can play the shock, maybe I can play the incinerate. This hand, you don't want to keep hands like this with one land and probably no action unless you hit a bunch of lands in a row. So I'm going to mulligan. This one's not great, but I have land, I have something to do early and something to do later, so I will keep this one. Now, those of you who might not be as familiar with, you've probably played before, but you see all this untap, upkeep, draw, main, all that stuff. Those are the phases of the game. And so you do is, it'll be more obvious later after we've played some stuff. You untap all your cards, then if you have any upkeep triggers, they happen. Then you draw your card, and now in my main phase I can play a land, cast anything that I want. And now I would go to combat if I had creatures, but obviously I don't yet. I'll explain that again one more time when we're actually doing stuff. Right now, it's kind of playing lands and passing, it seems. Alright, so our hand is reactive right now. That's how control decks work usually. Like, I'm just going to kill his stuff in the early game. Rites of Flourishing. That's an interesting card. Well, I can't counter it, so it happens. So because of this card, whoops, we each are going to draw 2 cards. We can play 2 lands every turn. So it's probably going to accelerate the game here. Alright, so I'm going to play 2 lands. And I'm going to cast my Thieving Magpie since he is playing blue, and with only 1 mana he's not going to be able to counter anything. Thieving Magpie is not really as good when you're drawing 2 cards a turn, but it's fine. The fact that we can play 2 land kind of negates the extra draws. Because if you have more than 7 cards in your hand, you have to discard until you have 7 at the end of your turn. So we at least don't have to worry about that. And he is going to get 2 lands out of his library. Looks like he's on a mana ramping plan here. Another one? Wow. Now we're drawing 3 cards. We need more mana. Alright, well, I'm going to attack now. So you start by beginning combat, so this is before you tap your creatures. My opponent can respond and kill my creature before I attack or something like that, but he has no mana up right now, so it's not going to happen. I'm going to choose Thieving Magpie as an attacker, then it taps. Now my opponent has a chance to declare blockers, but he doesn't have any. Now he takes the damage, the ability triggers, and I draw my card. Hopefully it'll be a land. It's not. Now I'm in my second main phase. I'm going to cast an Air Elemental. And I'm done. So the reason you would play cards like this is usually if you're playing, like, you're trying to stall. There's a common strategy called Turbo Fog where you just try to play cards that negate my combat step, or you could just play Primeval Titan. He might be trying to play a card that activates from him having a ton of lands. Because that's all he's been doing, is playing a lot of lands. Coiling Oracle, same thing. When this comes into play, he reveals the top card. If it's a land, it comes into play. Yep. And another one. And that goes into his hand, because it's not a land. And now I draw more cards. right. So now I'm going to attack, since none of his creatures have flying. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unsummon the Primeval Titan, so that it can't attack me. Or I'm going to steal the Primeval Titan. That might be better, actually. Persuasion is very good. Now I have to discard. I'm going to discard Wall of Spears and. Wall of Spears. The card's not really going to do anything. And he's going to get more land. Oh, evacuation. Well, that's not good for me. So he gets his Primeval Titan back. Howl of the Night Pack. I wish I could have countered that. Alright, I'm going to shock him. I'm going to try to burn him out. So the trick to Rites of Flourishing is actually drawing enough lands to keep up with it, which I have not done in this game. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do here is I'm at 20 life, he has 11 wolf tokens. So I'm going to use tokens die when they leave the battlefield, so I can use both my unsummons to kill 2 of the wolves. And then I would only take 18. I'm going to hit him with 2 incinerates, and next turn I'm going to try to hit him with Blaze for 6 to hopefully kill him. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but I'm going to try. And the reason even though these are instants, I'm doing this on his turn because... Sorry about that. Whoops, cancel. I'm going to incinerate him. And I'm going to pass with the counter mana. So if he plays Overrun, I need to counter it. And I'm probably dead if he plays Overrun. But right now I will live at 2, so hopefully he'll just like play Primeval Titan and pass. Or attack me and pass. Divination, sure. That's irrelevant. So is that. Hey, he's trying to find a way to kill me, I think. Another divination. He has so much mana, and I don't. That's kind of the main problem I'm having. So he's going to attack me with all of his wolves. I'm going to go to 2. And I'm going to attempt to incinerate him. And succeed. I'd like to land here, but only got 1 here. Let's see, I need to blaze for 6, which involves tapping 7 lands, so yeah, I can't leave a counterspell up, so. Just gonna blaze him. Might as well just do it for 7. And we got there. Close game. And so that was kind of a weird game. He's playing a bit of a prolific deck. He has the expansion pack. I don't have a lot of these awesome rare cards, Primeval Titan, and this thing. But we managed to pull the game out. And that's how you play Control. You just try to stave off dying as long as you can, and then pull the game out when you get the chance to. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.